Dr. Jonathan Asantotre is a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast and political analyst. He joins me on the phone. Doc, thank you so much for your time. Let me say condolences to all of us. But first of all, let me pick your thought on this tragic event that hits the nation.
Well, good evening to our listeners. I buried my head in my hands yesterday when I heard of I don't even know the adjective of compliment you to describe that. I mean, such a tragic incident. I myself, so did Dr. Obama know, for example, that just last year, when he was putting the EC on their toes, punching holes into their document, the register, and so on and so forth. I mean, showing all manner of deficiencies, in the works or the workings of the EC. Little did he know that just yesterday, an unfortunate incident was going to take his life away. You know that. Dr. Mutala, as the PhD candidate of the University of Ghana, did he know that he's just going to pass on? This is someone that, after the victory of the NDC, was with me in the studios of Media General, TV3, and always showed positive disposition to my views and analysis. Did he really know that? Did he, the soldier, what's the name? Is it Akpaloo or?
Yeah.
Yes. Akpaloo's wife happens to be the daughter of a colleague professor in the University of Cape Coast, Professor Kofi, who attended my mother's funeral rites just 25th versus 27th. So the third daughter was in my house on the Sunday with her father. Little did we know that the next 2 weeks, her husband that he married just a little over a year ago was going to join his ancestors. I mean, this incident is a big blow. Obama is one of the shining stars of the NDC. Apart from that, he's a brilliant chap, no two ways about that. A personal confidant of the president. So when he was chosen as the defense minister nominee, I said that this is a reward. It's a reward for the hard work for winning the elections for the NDC. And obviously, it will have to take the president to pick someone who happens to be his personal confidant and a trusted person for that matter. Don't forget that President Kofi had to make his brother
the defense minister, sure,
for 8 solid years, uninterrupted. So it is a portfolio that if a president, nominates you for, that means that you are personal confidant of the president. I mean, in opposition, he was everywhere, with His Excellency, with
I see. Well, let's look at the.
There's something else that we have to add.
Okay,
with respect to the aircraft. I'm told that this is a Chinese manufacturing industry that manufactures this particular helicopter.
Yeah.
And if you Google, you see that there is a list of these ZN aircraft. Is this Z9?
Z9, yeah.
Aircraft that has been involved in several aircraft in Cambodia, in China itself, and other Asian countries, including Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, and 2 other African countries, now Ghana. So this is a call that I don't know whether it has been given to us for free or we purchase it with our own money. If that is what we've been doing, then certainly we should have, stop having any kind of negotiation or trade dealings with China with respect to this particular item.
It also raises conversation about how political we've been as far as our various airline and aircrafts are concerned, because you recall that recently there was a conversation about whether or not to purchase a new airline for the presidency. It became a heated debate on the floor of Parliament. Going forward, there's also a conversation about maintenance culture in this country. In fact, in every sector of this country, we've had issues with our maintenance culture. Now, this is a clear example of how we have failed as a nation in terms of proper management of some certain facilities of ours. What should be the key point we should pick or lessons we should draw from this tragic event that has happened?
You see, there is a good reason why the defense ministry budget is not discussed in public. These are some of the things, because you are talking about important dignitaries. They all border on national security. And so when it comes to its maintenance, purchasing of new aircraft, and so on and so forth, for this particular sector, I think that the 2 main political parties have to dissuade themselves from politics or petty partisan politics with that. Look, one of the simplest means of transportation is by air. And it also comes with, a grievous kind of accident where most often than not, you don't get anything out of it. You see, so as far though it is one of the safest, if not the safest, when it crashes, hardly have anybody surviving. So that's the more reason why, we should pay a little more attention to that particular sector. The idea of making it appear as though we are spending money so much in that area, I think we have to stop. As long as it is prudent and the nation can afford, we should be able to do so. If you look at the defense sector of the United States, they spend billions of dollars in that area. Even in other countries other than the United States, look, for example, Ukraine, the Ukraine-Russian war. They have spent over hundreds of billions of dollars. So it's an area where you can say that what is a nation if security is absent? What is a nation? Where lies your sovereignty if you do not have sovereignty and security? It means that country or that nation does not exist. So security is something that is paramount to everybody else. In fact, it goes hand in hand with the economy. So look at the economy of Boko, for example. Boko is a pale shadow of it because there is no proper security. There is no stability in there. So one which is a consequence of the other should tell you that there isn't anything like economy. What is the Boko economy? They don't have it. It's because security is absent.
I see. Well, let's look at another conversation. So a directive that came today, Dr. Kwesi Forson is also going to act as the Minister for Defense, and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources also going to act as the Minister for Environment. These two ministers are playing a very critical role. One, Dr. Kwesi Forson, in managing the economy is also a headache, a clear headache for him, and the Minister for Land and Natural Resources also carrying a big load on him because of the canker we describe as galamsey. what do you think might have informed President John Dramani Mahama to give such a directive, allowing these two gentlemen play another critical role in the economy?
Unless probably the finance minister, the president will not give the finance ministry to someone who is reckless. You only do so based upon the fact that he has a personal belief and the competence of the person. And that's the more reason why he will give his finance ministry, because if a particular president will come out with a good record, it is the economy.
Yeah.
So you have to give the economy, or you give it into the hands of a trusted and worthy person. And that's what they did with Dr. Atufos. So everybody attests his competence, no two ways about that. But as to whether giving him that oversight responsibility as a defense minister is worth it a while, I have a slight doubt. Apart from the fact that he must be a personal confidant of the president, when we talk of competency, I would have wished, for example, that having given Muntaka the interior ministry, then in terms of like for like, he should have given oversight responsibility of the defense ministry to Mr. Muntaka.
Okay.
And let the finance minister stay off. Given the environment, science and technology, through Kofi is like for like. Lands and forestry. So you could see that they all fit that particular category.
At least for those two ministries, there's a link.
Yes, there's a link. But finance and defense, the only reason you might have taken that decision is because the finance minister might be personal confident.
Okay.
Of course, like as close as that of Manibuama. And that's the more reason why he might have given him that oversight responsibility. But in terms of like for like and competence in that area, I think that he should have allowed Muntaka to play that particular role. I don't want to think that maybe Mr. Muntaka was asked and he declined.
Okay.
It will be very unusual for him to decline such a portfolio if he had been asked to do so. But with respect to Kofi taking over from Murtala Mohammed, someone that really admired me and my views, and I really like because of his, strong stance on issues, and the way he's departed this particular universe. That's unfortunate. But respect to the portfolio that has been allocated to the Lands and Forestry Minister, I think that is okay. The Finance Minister, if the reason is because he happens to be a close confidant of the President, I have no qualms about that. But if it is a matter of like for like and competencies in terms of the little experience that they have had so far as ministers, I think that it should have allowed Mr. Muntaka to do so.
Well, the Land and Natural Resources Minister taking over the Environment Minister, like you indicated, well, there's a link, so there's not going to be too much divided attention. But for Dr. Kisela Tuforsen going to manage the defense as well, do you see a divided attention from a core mandate of fixing the economy?
Well, I don't think so. It could be a matter of tokenism. But in terms of the actual work, you have people who are civil servants, you have directors, you even have the deputy minister,
Buja Jemfi, yeah.
Yes, is also there. So, I think that he wouldn't want to have such a divided attention that will affect the economy that he's been handling in such, a beautiful manner so far. I'm very sure that if he feels that his attention is being swayed off his main core mandate, I'm sure he will inform the president, and probably by that time the president will have thought of a substantive minister.
I see. Well, I'm leaving you, but back to the tragic events that happened. Now we're looking forward to the reports of the investigation. We know the investigation is underway, and of course, the key thing is for them to find the said black box, which contains that maximum information that they will need. Going forward, how should this investigation be done so that a proper recommendation be given, so we do not record future occurrences again?
The point is that there are several conspiracy theories that have been changed out with respect to this particular tragedy. I'm told that the president was supposed to be on board of this particular
aircraft.
helicopter.
Sure.
I'm told that Mr. Muntaka himself was also supposed to be there. And it took the finance minister who wanted him to do something to, to pull him out of the aircraft. All these are all part of the conspiracies, and the black box itself. There is one other thing about this ammunition, lost ammunition with respect to national security. I hope you remember that. Madam asked for some kind of investigation or forensic audit to be done, so we know the whereabouts of these ammunitions. We can find them. Could this also be linked to something of that sort, that then we have to sacrifice everybody else so that particular investigation will not take place? I mean, this and many other conspiracies that have been turned up. So my view is that with respect to the investigation, they may have to broaden the horizon, so that we have to know whether it was just a merely mechanical fault or it was just merely uncontrolled weather. I mean, all these things are supposed to be variables in the investigation processes, so that it will be a thorough report that will come out and will represent all the views and conspiracies, and to either affirm or say that these things do not hold water, therefore we just do them somewhere else. May arrive at the view that it was merely an accident.
I see. Well, Doc, thank you so much for your time this evening. That's Dr. Jonathan Asantiochiri, who is a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast and also a political analyst, helping us with this particular discussion. So, like I indicated, more of the tributes have been pouring in, and I have one from the Christian Council of Ghana. I want to share that with you shortly before we do some other interesting stories as well. It says that with heavy hearts and profound sorrow, the Christian Council of Ghana mourns the tragic loss of 8 gallant compatriots. So the names are as follows, as you know. This devastating event marks a dark chapter in our national story, a Black Wednesday of grief and mourning. It follows closely on the heels of another heartbreaking tragedy, the loss of 15 members of the Obogu Saviour Church Youth Ministry in a fatal accident at Joaso last month. Our collective sorrow is deepened and our hearts are burdened. We extend our deepest condolences to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and also we recognize the weight of leadership in moments such as these and